What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here behind me we got Project CB9 with the engine and transmission out of the car. Let's go ahead and show you what it took to take this engine and transmission out of this car. Let's have a closer look. Big day today. This F22A6 with a thorn rod will be coming out of Project CB9. Got two friends on the way to help me extract this engine. So hopefully this engine removal process will go smooth and without any issues. Let's give it one final startup before we extract this engine.
Don't play with my heart, baby. You should have known from the start, darling. Let it fight higher and higher. Let it go. Can't deny it before the start. Let it go.
Okay, engine bay is finally empty. This was a big task getting this engine and transmission out. The only damage is done during the removal process, including cutting this radiator hose that went to the firewall. We couldn't get access under the engine to undo that. Being that this is 27 years old, we'll just go ahead and replace this rubber line right here. Also, these two rubber lines that controls the speed sensor for the power steering, we had to clip those. So we'll go ahead and get some replacements going on with the new transmission hookup. And also this wire that went to the AC compressor. There was no disconnect on it, so I went ahead and clipped it. I'll go ahead and put a connector on there when the new motor goes in place. Other than that, it was about a 5-hour process getting this motor and transmission out. But for the most part, everything went pretty smoothly, minus those 3 aspects, but those can be resolved. But now we can go ahead and prep this engine bay before the next motor goes into place. We'll go ahead and tape off all these wire harness connectors with some plastic and maybe some rubber hoses as well. Don't want any water getting in there, and we're gonna basically scrub this engine bay down with the power washer and some brushes and whatnot so we can get this engine bay detailed a lot better. You can see all the crud that's, you know, under these areas right here. You know, all the crap that was under the battery tray right there, and all the oil and stuff, you know, on the subframe. So we'll go ahead and get this cleaned up as best we can. And then we'll also get the shifter cable replaced as well for a manual transmission, and then start installing the clutch master cylinder as well. So this is what an empty engine bay looks like on a CB7, CB9 Accord. F22A6 and 4-speed automatic transmission officially removed from CB9 Honda Accord. First step we're going to do is take this wiring harness off this engine, disconnect it from all the sensors and fuel injectors, alternator, etc. And we're going to have to transfer this over to the H22, so we'll go ahead and get started on that. Engine wiring harness finally removed. About an hour process getting this off. There was a bracket over here by the rear motor mount that I had to undo in order to get this wire harness totally free. There was a few sensors underneath the intake manifold that was a little tricky to get to with the limited access I had, but other than that, it came off pretty smooth. So we'll be using some parts off this motor that will be transferred over to the H22. So we won't get rid of this thing quite yet. First off, I want to give a big thank you to my friends Andrew and Hal for coming over to help me with this engine extraction. Could not have done it without their help. This is definitely not a one-man operation, in my opinion. Anyhow, now that we've got the engine out of this Project CB9, we can go ahead and concentrate on getting that H22 prepped to go back into the car. So we got to do some maintenance on that. At the same time, I'm trying to source out a transmission from either a Prelude or a Honda Accord. So I'm still deciding on what to go with. Anyhow, if you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Have a great day.